What is going on, guys? Mets Gaming here. Today we have another video for you. If you guys can see by the title, today we are going to talk about 10 cards that were in MLB The Show 18 that we haven't really seen in MLB The Show 19, at least not a signature series card of. So before we hop into it, guys, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. As you guys can see, I'm playing an online home run derby in the background of this. But guys, we're going to be talking about 10, I believe mostly Immortals from MLB The Show 18. That we either haven't seen in this year's game or that we just haven't seen their signature series. So starting off the list, we have this 99 Jackie Robinson. He wasn't the greatest Immortal last year. He was one of the weaker ones actually, but we've only really seen I think 2 cards from him. The one with the 130 pack and the one from the Conquest. So that's why I think this one's a little iffy if we might even see it. But it's some people, I think I had him on my team last year. I thought it was a good card. Number 2 on our list, guys, we have a card that hasn't made an appearance at all in MLB The Show 19 yet, and that is Yogi Berra. This card was a card that was kind of sketchy how you could get it. I think you could buy it off the ticket counter. I think it was a 99 Immortal, but we haven't seen. I think I gave him a 99. I think everyone's a 99 on this list, but we haven't seen any Yogi Berra cards in the game. I don't know if that means no one used them last year, but I feel like we might be seeing at least a Yogi Berra in the game. Now for the third one I have on my list, it's currently Griffey week when this is coming out, and the 6th inning program is coming out on Thursday, and I think the next 2 guys on my list are candidates potentially to be with Griffey on the 6th inning program. So the first guy I have is Tom Seaver. Seaver is a great pitcher with the Mets. He's been in MLB The Show 17 and 18. He was one of the better pitching Immortals last year. He was just overall a great card. So I feel like he could potentially compete with Griffey for one of the bosses, but that's where I have this 99 Tom Seaver. Staying with the Mets for the number 4 card on my list, I have Mike Piazza. So Piazza is a card that I think also could be with Griffey in the 6th inning program, in the sense that there isn't really, besides Pudge, there's not really any good 99 catcher. So if you're trying to build a 99 overall team, you're going to need Pudge as of now. So I think we might see Mike Piazza in the 6th inning program. So that it comes down to, do you need Griffey or do you want a good catcher behind the dish? And I think I have the 88 Piazza right now. It's a good card, but I think this 99 Piazza could put up a fight with Griffey for the 6th inning program. Now for number 5 on my list, I have another Immortal from last year's game, and that is Stan Musial. He did make an appearance in that 1 of 30 Diamond Pack, but we haven't really seen anything from him yet. At least I haven't checked the Cardinals Team Epic. He might be in there. But Stan Musial is a card. I know a lot of people liked him in last year's game, but we haven't seen really a signature series from him this year, so he's due. Now coming in for number 6 on the list, this is probably one of the most highly anticipated signature series. He also could be in that 6th inning program, and that is Chipper Jones. So Chipper is a great switch hitting. His 1 in 30, 87 overall is pretty amazing. I'm using him on. I think he was a starter for my team a while, but now I have Donaldson. But Chipper is just overall good in this year's game. And I feel like a lot of people are waiting to see, because not only can he play first and third, but he can play the outfield. At least he could last year. So I think this Chipper Jones is going to be a great addition to some Dynasty teams. Now guys, coming in at number 7 on my list, I have another outfielder, and it is this 99 Ted Williams. Ted Williams, I think we've seen 2 of him in this year's game, so that's why, unlike Jackie, this one's also a chance he might not be getting the signature series, because we have the 1 in 30 and we have some bronze of him, rookie card. So that's why I think Ted Williams, there's a chance we might not be seeing a Ted Williams. But I think if we do, that would be great, because I feel like I've used his cards before and they're good cards, so that's why I think missing out on Ted Williams would be a big miss. So coming in at number 8 on my list, I have a card that hasn't made an appearance since the 2nd inning, and that is Vladimir Guerrero. So Vlad, he was in he was one of the 2nd inning program bosses. It was whatever flashback card he had. I didn't take him. I ended up taking Mad Bum for my team, but he was the collection reward last year, and we haven't really heard anything about him this year. Besides, I think he might have had one more, same with Williams, a bronze card. But I feel like Vlad, I think I used him in BR a couple times. He's a really good card, and I think that SDS would be missing out not giving this guy a signature series. Coming in, so for 9 and 10 on my list, I have 2 cards that are overall good cards, and I think they're also candidates for the 6th inning program, but probably not. I have number 9, Babe Ruth. So Ruth is a card, I think we've seen 2 of him this year, this Diamond and the Gold. He had his career storyline, but since the opening day of the game, there's been nothing, no new Babe Ruth cards. There's been nothing around Babe Ruth. So I understand that Willie Mays is kind of the guy that they were building the game around, but Babe Ruth is still a highly anticipated card, and we haven't seen anything from him. His card last year was a god, hitting 125 and everything, and I feel like this year we haven't really seen any Babe Ruth cards besides the pitcher and that gold hitter. Now, coming in at number 10, I think we have another card for that 6th inning program that's pretty much a lock, and it is an Albert Pujols. Now, I feel like Pujols is a lock, because same thing with guys like Chipper. Like, people are going to use Albert Pujols, a first and third, left field, right field guy. And not only that, Pujols could smack the ball. I mean, probably not more than Griffey, but I'm saying he is a good card. He can play defense. So I feel like Albert Pujols. Now I know he's currently a live series player, but if you look at the last couple programs, they've had a live series player in it, like the Josh Donaldson, like I'm trying to think, like the Andrew McCutcheon. Like they've had some live series players, and I think Pujols could be falling in line with a 6th inning program. And so like I said, guys, those are my 10. I have been talking about that 6th inning program. I'm probably gonna make a video on it. But if I'm gonna say right here, I think some favorites for that 6th inning program are probably Seaver, Piazza, Chipper, and even Pujols. I would say are probably the 4 cards that are most likely top candidates for making an appearance in that program. Because like I said, with that 6th inning program, they're gonna try to make a tough choice for some people. So it's not always everyone taking Griffey, but that's my list, guys. Let me know what your list is. Those are my 10 cards that I think SDS needs to add Signature Series cards for. Let me know your list down in the comments below. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.